Oh look, PlayStation Plus is giving away full free games. Now who am I to deny the ability to play a full free game? So Need for Speed Payback. I've never played a Need for Speed game before, but now that I have a full game for free, why not take it for a spin? So we start off with this dude named Tyler and his friends Mac and Jess driving in the desert as we meet our crew. We are in Las Vegas. Actually, it's Fortune Valley, but come on, barren wasteland by day, bright corrupt gambling city by night. It's Las Vegas. Anyway, Ty and his crew try to pull off a heist but get betrayed by whoever this is, and Ty is forced to work for whoever this is to avoid going to jail. But after 6 months, Tyler decides to reunite his old crew and get some revenge. Payback. And how do we do that? Well, the game is a Fast and Furious about it, as we can solve our deeply personal and dangerous problems with fast, shiny, and expensive cars. We use these fast, shiny, and expensive cars to drive around the open world to local events and completing races, pulling off heists, or completing challenges as we work our way up. Let's talk about the controls. We use R2 to accelerate and the left stick acts as our steer. Oh god, what is this steering? So the driving is a bit slippery and these corners are unforgiving. Now I did start utilizing drifting to execute some of these turns easier, but these need to be well timed because drifting too early or too late can cause a crash. And trying to get back on track is more frustrating than catching 6 fish in 4 minutes. Now the X button, or cross if you're fascist, you use our nitrous turbo, which acts as our mushroom and provides a quick boost. The acting blue shell of this game is literally crashing into anything. If you ever come to a hard stop, it's better to just retry the event. Other than that, it's a solid racer with a few problems like these checkpoints and races that you'll have to cross or won't count your race. Also, the audio balance is a bit off as I can never hear what the characters are saying, and looking at subtitles isn't an option because keeping your eyes off the road is a bad idea. But my biggest issue with Need for Speed Payback is this overworld. As mentioned, the open world allows you for driving to your events, visiting dealerships to buy new cars or find collectibles. It's neat at first to drive around Fortune Valley, hitting all the signs and trying to hit pedestrians who have knees made of suspension bridges, but eventually it gets exhausting. It reminds me of when my family would take road trips to New Jersey, which isn't a bad thing, but it makes me sleepy. I understand they did this to break up the event to make the game longer, but in turn it gave me a need for a nap. I'm tired, what else does PlayStation Plus have to offer? Here, Vampyr is spelled with a Y, so you know it's edgy. So Vampyra? Takes place in early 20th century London as we play as Jonathan Reed, who was a doctor who served in the Great War. However, he is one night killed and turned into a vampire, and that's why we start with him in a trance and a massive thirst for blood. This thirst leads to him accidentally killing his sister, and he's forced to flee as he starts discovering and becoming fond of his vampire powers. He does however like 2 of them that I would have enjoyed, the ability to turn into a bat and the power to sparkle. We meet a Dr. Swansea who gives us refuge and a job working at a hospital, and here's where the game begins. In Vampyr, Dr. Reed spends his time investigating his murder, gathering materials to create medicines and trying to solve this issue of an epidemic in London. Glad we don't have to deal with that here. He also spends his time talking to the patients and trying to help the staff, and that's one major gameplay mechanic, which is all the talking. There's so much talking in this game that I had to check online to see if Telltale had any involvement in this game. Surprisingly no, but I was surprised to see that this game is from 2018. I was so sure I was playing a 2006 game the whole time. Looks like a PS3 game, feels like a 360 game, the long loading times, the dialogue not matching the lips, clunky NPC movement, multiple save files. There's also combat in Vampyr? Oh gosh, I don't want to talk about it. It takes everything I hate about the combat in God of War and multiplies it by itself. Yeah, medium difficulty isn't working for me. Looks like I'm gonna have to drop... Oh, nope, looks like I can't do that mid-game, so guess I have to start all over. Oh boy, give me a sec. So Dr. Reed has a thirst for blood that he needs quenched. Now you can look for rats, but those don't do much, and I don't appreciate such treatment towards animals. So I started dialing Pete on the phone until I remembered that the intro screen said no rats were harmed in the making of this game. Yes, Dr. Reed needs to feast on the flesh of people. That is where the choice system comes in, as you will be presented with the option of killing a civilian to get a massive XP boost for leveling up, or letting them go to keep story options open for later. I entered the sewers and searched for a person and ended up fighting a werewolf. Also while I was in the sewer, I saved this gentleman, and when I left the sewer I met another gentleman who I'm guessing was romantically linked with the first gentleman and thanked me for saving him. Which was weird because while yes, I did save him, I was also in need for an XP boost 20 seconds later. At that point I said fuck it and started killing everyone I could. So PlayStation Plus gave me the opportunity to play 2 full games I wouldn't have played otherwise. It's a good thing too because I got bored of both these games and didn't finish either of them. I'd enjoy Need for Speed more if I was a car enthusiast, this is a Mercedes right, and I'd enjoy Vampyr, Venezuela, more if it was a TV series rather than a game. But if I had to drop money on one of these, I'd probably just buy a second copy of Legendary Fishing.